Greetings, once again, my droogies. This is Dino, and I wanted to do a follow-up review on this guitar, the Doff RGC. I did a review on this guitar on my channel. I'll put a link to the review in the bottom of this, in the description of this video. There were a couple of issues. I've been playing it for about 2 months, 2.5 months. And there are a couple of issues I wanted to talk about and mention and add a little bit, add to my first review. The main thing, the first thing I'd like to mention are the strings. I didn't talk about the strings mainly because you're going to change the strings anyway in a month or two of playing, so I don't see it being that significant. Also, I don't know what strings these are. I don't know what company makes them, so I didn't mention it before. However, about, well, actually a week ago, 2 of the strings snapped. It was leaning against this wall behind me. And the number 4 and the number 7 string both snapped, which happens. It's happened to me many times. Usually the fourth string, and that could happen to any strings. The 4th string broke at the saddle, so I was able to restring it. The 7th string broke up here in the head, which doesn't happen quite as often, and I just replaced it with a 6th string from my classical, an old one, just to keep me going, so I can keep playing. Now, when the 7th string broke, if you look very closely, a little chunk of the nut broke off, and that's kind of disappointing. Luckily, there's still some meat there that can hold the number 7 string in place, and eventually I'll get, if I keep playing this thing, I'll get a luthier to replace it. Maybe get a bone nut in there. Also, I want to mention about the spools, which I didn't notice before. But the spools are thin and metal. They actually look like a steel string guitar. This looks like my slot head Martin, almost exactly. Classical guitars, there's my classical. So they're wider and made of plastic, or probably the older ones are made with bone or something like this, or wood. So I don't know if this will make much of a difference. Also, one more thing I have never seen before. Each of the spools has 2 holes, so I assume you're supposed to make a lock. Kind of wrap your string through both of those and then make a lock, kind of like I did here when I replaced the 7th string. So that's something I didn't mention before, didn't notice. Another thing I didn't notice, the strings were not properly installed on this end. Probably the guitar arrived at the store, and there may have been a guitar tech who had never seen or strung a classical guitar before, but this string should go into this hole down here and then wrap around. And this probably means, well, I think it definitely means that the guitar is not as loud as it should be, because when you increase that angle, you increase the force pressing the strings into the saddle. The saddle is this white thing right here. So when I replace the strings, the guitar should be louder and hopefully has a little more resonance. So it's definitely time to change the strings. And thought I'd mention, I ordered 2 sets. One is this Savarez or Savare. It's a French company. They make very good strings. I've used them before. They're very reputable. And it's actually specifically for Russian guitar. So it's a 7-string set, and we give that a try. And also I got a set of La Bella, or La Bella maybe. This is an American company. Also, this is a set of 7 classical strings. So I've got these in reserve. So I'm going to install the Savarez strings, or Savare strings, and I'll continue making some recordings. It'll also be it will be interesting to listen to see if there's a big difference in volume and resonance and control. So I hope you found this educational or interesting, and please, by all means, have a look at the full review, which will be posted in the description. And I'd like to say once again, thank you for your attention, my droogies. Please subscribe to the channel, and you can listen to a lot of the clips that I already have posted on the Russian 7-string guitar. And yeah, so long, my droogies.